Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a time of the fighting game scene where no longer does the prospect of a Capcom and SNK collaboration seem like a dream. For years, we've had Mugans to help supplement the feeling that these two franchises gave us, and as much as I enjoy these games with love put into them, they simply don't scratch that itch. It's no secret that fans of both SNK and Capcom have been hoping and praying for another installment of the legendary Vs series. I can say with 100% certainty that we will get a new Capcom Vs SNK game, Capcom Vs SNK 3, sooner than you think. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ramblings of a madman as I go on to explain how we're gonna get this legendary sequel and the reasons behind it. But before we do that, I appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Help your boy out. Alright, let's get into this. So with this recent Nintendo Direct, everyone has been freaking out over the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. If you don't know, it has an assortment of Capcom games like Plasma Sword, Project Justice, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, which I didn't even know existed, but that's neat, Power Stone 1 and 2, Capcom Fighting Evolution, and finally CVS 1 and 2. These games will have rollback netcode, ranked, casual matches, and actual training mode with modern features and plenty of other neat stuff. But we're specifically eyeing the CVS games because this is the beacon of light telling us that a CVS 3 is coming, and it all started way back in 2021. The first clue occurred September 2021 when SNK re-released SVC Match of the Millennium on Switch and PC. Now, of course, not many people thought much of it. Companies do re-releases of old titles all the time. Fast forward a couple months, and on January 12th, 2022, they then re-released SVC Card Fighters Clash on Switch and PC as well. Another collab between SNK and Capcom being released on modern platforms. But like I said before, not a lot of commotion happened. There were some folks who noticed, like myself, that for this to happen, both companies would have needed to sign off on this. However, these two titles aren't exactly the first thing people think of when asked about the collab games between SNK and Capcom. No disrespect, of course.
I meant no disrespect.
Now, this is where things get interesting. EVO 2022. We get posters with characters from both companies saying welcome back EVO. Let me say that when this came out, a lot of people got excited, and rightfully so. If I'm correct, this is the first time in a long time where we've seen any kind of real collaborative effort between these two in years. Many would think, so what? What's the big deal? It's just some posters. It's the meaning behind the posters. Any other franchise could have been put there. As much as I love KOF, it would have made more sense to put Guilty Gear characters up there with Street Fighter characters if we were going off of popularity, tourney entries, and such. Hell, even Tekken characters would have made even more sense. And yet, who do we see? Capcom characters interacting with SNK characters. Even more so than that, it's the styles of the two posters. Notice how in one style is very SNK stylized, early KOF era, Shinkiro style. Then look at the other, and it's more of the Capcom style. This is a very blatant reference to the CVS where you had different portraits of characters in the SNK art style and the Capcom art style. Fast forward and we're in the year of 2024. Beta Fury has been announced and been getting great reception by the FGC from the character trailers and building hype for its release in 2025. Street Fighter 6 is booming, just ended Season 1 and Season 2 by Capcom is about to be revealed. And who do we see get revealed? Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui. Not only is this the first time there's been DLC characters from a non-Capcom IP, but for it to be specifically two SNK characters? Come on now, that's too easy.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
Weeks later, the 25th of June, Yasuyuki Oda, Nobuyuki Koruki, and Joshua Rutherford did an interview with Final Weapon where it was stated by Oda himself, quote, "We've been talking with Capcom for 2 years since EVO 2022, where we had a fun collaboration that hit the news with the welcome back to EVO signs. We had a couple of dinners with their teams and we obviously wanted to make it happen." He would later go on and say, "In general, we have a great relationship with their Street Fighter team in particular. We meet with them pretty often, having dinners and stuff. The more that these collaborations are successful for both companies and such, the more chance that the one thing we both want the most is going to happen." End quote. Not only is it confirmed that they've been talking since 2022, maybe even before that, but for now we know for sure since 2022. It's also made clear that these two entities are on good terms and even encouraging the success of each other. But in particular, the statement that deserves your undivided attention is, the more that these collaborations are successful for both companies and such, the more chance that the one thing we both want the most is going to happen. The one thing that they both want, it's another dream game. It's another match of the Millennium. Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing they want most is another Capcom Vs SNK title. No other versus game compares. Yes, people love Marvel vs. Capcom, and I understand that. It's a dope series, don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it just doesn't compare to these two titans of the game. These two legendary companies that defined the genre. These two companies that are so tightly woven together, they are basically siblings. These two companies is what birthed the genre from here on out back in the 90s. And just to make it more obvious, we not only get the re-release of SBC Chaos, but at the same time of me recording this, just a few days ago, we got the second volume of the Capcom Fighting Collection. And what do we see? CVS 1 and 2. Folks, it's coming. And I for one am welcoming it with open arms. See, what y'all don't get is CVS 2 is what helped get me introduced to traditional fighters. I played a lot of Budokai games and Tenkaichi and Clash of Ninja games and all of those type of anime games. But it was the 15th anniversary collection of Street Fighter on PS2 and CVS 2 that set me down this path. I remember constantly having matches with my brother, my cousins, and just fun times all around. The characters, the music, the stages. I didn't even know who these SNK characters were, but I knew that I had to play them. I knew that I had to pick Terry. I knew I had to hit them with the Buster Wolf, the Are You Okay? This is history in the making. This is true love we're making. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, nah. Forget that. I know I'm right this time. As always, we reached that part of the video where I ask, what are your thoughts? Do you think we're getting a CVS 3? Perhaps Street Fighter characters will appear in the new Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game as DLC. Comment down below your thoughts, and while you're at it, tell me what's your fondest memory of CVS. Till next time, I'm DecepySwag. Later.